Welcome to the Holistic Health Bites podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Nicholson, crime scene investigator turned metabolic health investigator. This podcast provides bite-sized episodes to help you have a pristine health scene so you can live a vibrant, adventure-filled life. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Holistic Health Bites podcast. Today we are talking all about the gut-brain connection. As many of us already know, the gut and the brain are closely connected, and what happens in one can affect the other. In fact, it's not just a metaphor when we say things like we have a gut feeling about something, or we feel butterflies in our stomach when we're nervous or excited. The gut and the brain are actually developed from the same tissue line in very early embryonic development. They are actually two ends of the same system. Isn't that cool? Did you know that the gut also has its own nervous system called the enteric nervous system, which contains more than 100 million nerve cells? The system communicates directly with the brain through the vagus nerve, which is a really long nerve that runs from the brainstem to the abdomen. This means that what we eat and how we digest can directly affect our mental and emotional health. And our mental and emotional health can directly impact not only what we eat, but also how well we digest and absorb those nutrients. Studies have shown that people who suffer from depression, anxiety, brain fog, inability to concentrate, and other such cognitive-related issues often also have digestive symptoms like bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, and irritable bowel. This is because the gut microbiome, which is a collection of trillions of microorganisms that live in our intestines, produces many of the same neurotransmitters as the brain, including serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These neurotransmitters play a key role in regulating our mood, emotions, and cognitive function. This is why so many people who suffer from irritable bowel syndrome or other digestive disorders also experience more cognitive decline, memory loss, and other neurological symptoms. The gut-brain connection is a two-way street, and what affects one can affect the other. Another important aspect of the gut-brain connection is the role of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or the HPA axis. This is a complex system that regulates our body's response to stress. When we experience stress, our HPA axis is activated, and this can affect our gut, and poor gut health can interfere with proper HPA axis function. When we encounter a stressor, our body sends a signal from the brain to the adrenal glands to release other hormones and chemical messengers. This causes an increase in cortisol, adrenaline, blood pressure, and blood sugar, along with a decrease in other bodily functions like digestion, all in an effort to help you fight or flee from the stressor. Once the stress has been dealt with, those levels return to normal. The problem comes in when stress is chronic. Chronic stress is ongoing. It doesn't ever stop. So those chemicals never return to baseline, and your digestion continues to be reduced. This can lead to inflammation and damage to the intestine lining, poor energy utilization, slowed metabolism, increased belly fat and overall body fat storage, cognitive decline and impaired brain function, increased sugar cravings, increased risk for diabetes and insulin resistance, arterial and heart damage from elevated blood pressure, and more. On the other hand, a healthy gut microbiome can help regulate the HPA axis and reduce the negative effects of stress on the body and mind. This is why managing stress is an important part of supporting the gut-brain connection and overall health. One of my primary functional lab tests looks directly at the HPA axis, providing objective data on any imbalances present. So what can we do to improve our gut health and in turn, our mental and emotional well-being? Well, as a holistic health practitioner, I always recommend starting with a healthy, whole foods-based diet. This means avoiding processed foods, sugars, artificial ingredients, and focusing on nourishing your body and your gut microbiome with foods like quality proteins, fresh, non-starchy vegetables, healthy fats, and fermented foods if you can tolerate them. In addition to a healthy diet, other lifestyle factors like stress management, regular exercise, and good sleep hygiene are also important for supporting the gut-brain connection. In many cases, I also recommend the use of temporary natural supplements that can help support gut health, such as probiotics, digestive enzymes, and herbs like ginger and peppermint. These are all tailored to your gut's unique needs. So if you are struggling with mental or physical health challenges and suspect that your gut health may be a contributing factor, I encourage you to look deeper into this connection. A qualified holistic health practitioner like myself can help you develop a personalized plan for improving your gut-brain connection. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in your overall health and well-being. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the podcast, and we'll see you again next time. In the meantime, be well and vibrant. Thanks for being a faithful listener to the podcast. I'd love it if you left me a 5-star review on this podcast so that others can more easily find this valuable information. Did you know I also work one-on-one with clients? I approach solving health challenges like I approached solving crimes, by conducting a thorough investigation into your case. Sadly, hundreds of millions of people in the US have insulin resistance, prediabetes, and diabetes, and the vast majority have no idea. I'm here to fix that. If you struggle with low energy, stubborn weight, hypertension, sleep disturbances, or any other undesired symptoms, let's talk. All you have to do is schedule a free call. The link will be in the show notes. And no, you do not need to live near me.